contract. You might not be in the SPL the next year. And the point is, after a year or however much time, you could just decide you don't want to do it anymore. What did I study? Business.
Not too early.
What do people like? Pretty prime of children? People move with their children all the time. If it's not in a place for you to move, then guess what? You quit. But people move with their kids and their whole families every day. I guarantee you today there was 100 fucking people who moved somewhere in the US with their kids for a job. I think there will be a roster apocalypse. I mean, they're going from 12 teams down to 10, so you automatically have a bunch of players. Oh, you're dead in 2 seconds.
Why did you say this?
Oh, what's up, buddy? Ooh, nice one. I just don't understand. Like, I get the reasoning that players would be upset, but just because it upsets you doesn't mean it's not logical and reasonable. And in my eyes, it's both. Imagine moving and playing for 2 months and getting replaced. There's what's it called? It's not like fail safes in your contract where, like, if you're kicked, you don't have to move for X amount of time. This is, you negotiate your own contract. You figure out exactly how you want it to be. If a team kicks me, like, after X amount of time, I'm still going to be getting paid. Like, my contract is still going to have me getting paid. Probably not the full amount, but I'm going to be getting paid. You just negotiate your own fucking contracts. But I do know that the idea was that there would be, like, you don't have to move out right away. Like, you've got a couple weeks to figure your shit out. In a lot of situations, you would just stay on as a sub. Damn, dude. Oh, the juke shoes.
Enemy missing left.
Your power was is a necessity, not a luxury.
Yeah, any job, yeah. Most jobs do have a situation, like, you could get fired from any job. Ideally, what you do... What the fuck? Ideally, what you do... This is in any job. If you have to move for the job, you don't just uproot everything. You find a place before you move that you can, like, rent or something. And you usually don't want it to be a long-term lease. Something short-term. If you have to, just do a hotel or something for a little while. In this case, they don't have to worry about that because they'll have a house for them. They won't have to pay any of that shit. But you would find a place to stay. You would move down for a couple weeks without your whole family, without all your shit. And you would make sure the job is what you think it's supposed to be. You would make sure you're doing the job the way they want you to be doing the job. You would make sure everything's settled in. Then you would uproot the rest of your life and bring it down once you've, like, guaranteed it's what you want it to be. Lots of people leave dream jobs because of needing to move. I don't agree with that shit at all. No person gives up something that's their dream by choice. And you're telling me that the fact that they have to move is more upsetting and more overwhelming than the joy of doing the thing you love to do every day. That tells me it's not the thing that they love to do. It tells me that instantly.
Be right back.
Okay, you got it.
There is no such thing as two stars.
And if they don't want to move, then guess what? Later, there's a shit ton of good players. There's no need for those people. Jungler's not going to move. Hey, guess what? Lazara's going to fucking move. Hey, there you go. There's another fucking pro player who's just as good, if not better, than a lot of them. Hey, you need more pro players? Look at fucking Armada. They killed it. Look at the SML. Look at the players that weren't playing. Meerkat, Uzi. There are other players that will do the same or better if those players don't think this is their dream job.
Enemy spotted.
You can love more than one thing, but if something's your dream job and it's what can control the rest of your life and it's what you love to do, it's what you're gonna do. The whole moving away from family thing is stupid. I hate that. People go to school like every day, every year. Thousands of kids go to school somewhere where they don't get to see their parents very often, or they don't get to see their close family very often, or at all. People go on fucking 6 months, like exchange programs for school. Don't see their parents at all for 6 months. It makes no sense. Literally makes no sense. Streaming my dream job? I say no. My dream job is just business.
Why did you save him?
I would love to, like right now, streaming is a business for me, right? Like I enjoy doing it. I love it. I get to do something fun. I get to be entertaining. I get to be entertained by you guys. I get to play games. But streaming is one of my jobs or one of my businesses. I would love, like right now, I'm doing multiple things at the same time. I would love to continue to do that. White definitely looks better, Starkey. I like it. I like the white one that you just sent me, Starkey. A lot, actually. It's so simple, but beautiful. I'm gonna go crit build this game. Thousands of kids stay close to home on purpose. Well, that just means it's not as important to them. If I get into UNC, I'm going to fucking UNC because that's important to me. Would I stayed close to home. I went home all the time in college. But if I'd gotten into UNC, I'd have gone to UNC because that would have been the thing that was valuable to me at the time. More valuable. It's a choice. You don't get to cry about a choice. Sorry, man. You just don't. I think some teams will change a little bit. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Nice job, dude. Do you have any tips for putting yourself out in the pro scene, grind ranked, and get noticed? If you're not playing at Masters and Grandmasters, you're definitely, in my eyes, nowhere near good enough to play at a pro level. What happens if you get banned? Contract voided? Yeah.
Enemy missing left.
Even getting suspended, you could, look at that. Blue, smaller size. Wait, I just looked at these, Starkey. Oh, you didn't hear me. Oh, you didn't hear me. I like the white better than the blue, and I like it a lot. The one you just sent me, that was white and not blue. I like it a lot. You always go full damage with Call of Duty. I mean, I guess you could go hybrid, but it wouldn't work very consistently, I don't think. What up, Brick? What about Nemesis game after the Kali game? We'll see.
I came at the right time, Kali time. Happy 9 woo.
Enemy missing left.
Thank you, leader. I find this conversation funny. You work in payroll, and I see that people do what people do with 30,000 plus housing. A lot of people would kill for that. Yeah, I know.
There is no such thing as
It's a huge opportunity that people should be grateful for, and instead they're just negative and upset about it. Holy, it makes no sense.
Why did you save him?
To me, it makes no sense. Not reasonable. I think the most annoying part for those players is when they have girlfriends or significant others and they need to come to the States. They're gonna have to get visas of some sort. More than likely, that's gonna be get a work visa. They'll have to get jobs or something like that, depending on where they're from. But I am sure orgs, once you're bad enough, they'll help you figure it out. Oh. This Geb is a fucking champ, dude.
Enemy missing left.
Dang, we out, boys?
I need to
Poseidon live? Oh, I'm sorry, Poseidon. You got kills, though. Is it viable to build one crit item, like on Kali? I wouldn't. I'm gonna go like a full crit build for fun. Are there any pros that are under 18 that might miss out not being able to play in the league because their parents won't let them move? Not that I can think of, no. I mean, look at other games. Look at League of Legends and shit like that. When League of Legends started, it was a salary of 30K. You had to move. They paid for housing. It's the same fucking situation. Except for all the players know everybody. They know the fucking orgs. They know high res. They know the people that work there. It's not as weird and strange. Fucking PUBG, they signed teams. They instantly had to move. Fortnite, they signed teams. They gotta move.
Why did you save him? Let's switch it up.
Ultimate is ready.
I don't know, B. Is this a little sketchy? Couple hours for scrimming? It's like 5 nights a week for 4 hours. And then towards the end of the season or towards like lands and stuff, scrims pick up. You do like 2 a day, so it's like 8 hours a day for like 6 days a week. Granted, in those times, there's always days where people miss scrims and shit. Always teams canceling and bailing. 30K is minimum. I'll tell you right now, no top team or player with a following that can promote the orgs even further should be getting paid 30K. Like, I'm never signing a contract for 30K. There's no fucking way. That would be a big slap in the face to me. Like, I would take it as a personal like slap in the face. That would tell me that the org that was signing me wouldn't know my value. They wouldn't really understand esports and content creation as a whole. It would be very disappointing. Damn, nice, dude. Fucking A, dude. Oh, he lived with 1 health. He lived with 1 HP.
There is no time to rest.
We're gonna talk about this after the game. You can't be dying there.
It's 30K from salary. Most of like that. No, that doesn't count Twitch and YouTube. That's Twitch and YouTube is me. That or that person. That's their person's business. That has nothing to do with an org or high res or Smite or SPL. But most of those players don't have any other form of income other than their org money. But that's, in my opinion, maybe not their own choice, but they can control that more than they seem to realize. Like, you don't have to just do YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Like, there are other forms of income everywhere. Like, you could be an SPL player who also designs clothing or designs art or designs emotes or creates other things or advises or coaches. Like, think of all the players that could coach and make an extra $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day. I could coach all day and make like 1,000 a day probably. Maybe that's a little excessive. Maybe like 500 a day. Like consistently, like every day. Your wife or life partner has to find a new job? Yeah. I mean, I told my wife. I was like, if I get on a team and I have to move, you're gonna have to get a new teaching job. I'm not gonna sell my house. I'm gonna plan on coming back to where I live. That's $100 an hour. Exactly. That's $100 an hour with housing paid for you. Why don't I coach then?
Ultimate is ready.
Why did you save him?
I make more doing what I do right now than I can make coaching. I make a lot more doing what I do right now than I could coaching.
Yo, oh, oh.
Your middle tower is under attack. Tactical fury.
Attack fire.
Would everyone on the team live in the same house? I don't know. That would be player based and org based. I mean, I'm assuming orgs would buy one house. Will they keep pro console and pro PC separate? They haven't announced anything. I don't know. If I'm being completely honest, I think the console leagues need to go because they don't do anything for the scene. At all. I don't think they make high-res money. I don't know how they could be making high-res money. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe they do. But if they're not making high-res money, the console pro scene should be gone. Nobody even fucking pays attention to it or supports it. It gets like 2,000 views.
Be careful. Enemy missing. Retreat. Your middle tower is under attack.
I feel reborn.
We've arrived, dude. No, I should have ulted earlier. Fuck, thought I could kill him before I had ult. So I needed to buy my items. What will be the starting steps to get into the SML at least? Play ranked, grind to the top of rank, show yourself to everybody, become known. It's very easy to become known if you're playing at the highest level and you play a lot. Very easy. People recognize who you are if you're consistently in their ranked games and you're doing well. Then you make friends or you just talk to people, you network in those ranked games, get on the team, start playing. Why isn't Chavo on any SPL team? I couldn't tell you. It's hard. There's a lot of fucking players. He also wasn't playing Smite for a long time, like a really long time. He was really hard in Fortnite. So that on top of maybe not playing a specific role, on top of it being a competitor, like you don't just get to like decide I'm pro now. Like Like if I stopped playing, I probably would have never made it back in. And for all I know, that could have been my last season. It's competitive. It's not easy.
No,
Why
I
did you
be
save him?
reborn.
Oh no, one of my guys got killed! Your right Phoenix is under attack.
Enemy missing left. On my way. Get middle.
No. There are 5 people here. I was just 1v5. Yes. Oh my gosh, he's got a triple Kraken. And they only kill one person? Damn. Damn, son. No, you guys missed everything. Come on. What's up, Red came in?
Attack fire giant.
Cabo joined that team last minute after we picked up Bobby. Inbound was the support of that team when they were the #1 team. And then we picked them up, so they needed to fill support role. They picked up Chapo and won Worlds. They're already like literally the top team by a mile. Bobby got kind of wrecked because Xbox pricing was only like 10K each or something like that. And then when he joined us on PC, they changed it to 40K each. I don't think he would have changed. No, what this kill is serious.
Enemies at the fire giant.
Can you play competitive when you hit your 30s? Pretty Prime is over 30. When Last was playing, I'm pretty sure he was over 30. That man's the same age as me. Barracuda's the same age as me. We're all 27. Like, like 30 isn't some magical fucking number. Your knees don't start giving out and you can't play anymore. Like, it's a mental thing. You're telling me people like that? That's like thinking people as they get older don't get any smarter and just get dumber. Think about people who don't become doctors until they're 30. So imagine you would have to be then an aging, slower, not as quick, not as intelligent person to be a doctor. That just no logic. Dude, he just killed me. He didn't kill me, but I fucked you guys up.
I need to
Enemies
push
behind us. Attack fire giant.
Oh, it's a killing spree.
Isn't Jeff older? I don't know. I would guess Jeff is around my age.
Another one?
Attack
Yeah,
fire
another
giant.
one. Attack fire giant. Your right Phoenix is under attack.
It's the arthritis. Well, I have no physical conditions.
Enemy spotted.
I want to go crits.
what a beauty.
The idea that your reactions automatically peak at 19, there's no way. Like, there's no way for every human being your reactions peak at 19. That's like the idea that when the doctor tells you, like, oh yeah, you're gonna stop growing at 19. Like, there's people who at 21 hit growth spurts. Like, that shit is definitely a thing that is unique to the person.
That looks
I'm
pretty
sure the
easy to me.
underworld is especially brutal.
Your middle tower is under attack. Take middle lane.
Yeah, on average. Average is such a dumb thing.
Is ready.
If that's on average out of 1,000 people, then there's gonna be 300 people who are faster, or maybe 150 who are faster, 150 who are slower. Like,
Attack right lane.
you already gotta assume that the people playing at the highest level are really good for some reason, and a lot of the time it's decision making, which usually has to do with intelligence. Like in MOBAs, the game is like all decision making. Intelligence definitely plays a huge part in your fucking decision making. Your ability to process information. Are we ending? We're ending. Rebuild OP.
Good game.
Hostile, shut up. The apple pass reminded me of when you passed apple to Vedia. Oh yeah, I remember that shit. That was his fault, not mine.